I think this song is like a minute and a few seconds. Have you noticed that songs are getting really, really shorter and shorter these days? I mean, back in the day, a good song would last a good 6 minutes, you know, and then it shrunk down to about 5 minutes, and then it went down to about 4 minutes, or then about 3.5 minutes, and for a period of time, about 3 to 3.5 minutes sort of became the industry standard, and then they shrunk it down to about 2.5 minutes. And then now finally songs are being released where they're just 1 minute long. Can you just imagine? And why might they be doing this? Could this be because they think our attention spans are so limited that we couldn't sit through a 5 minute song, let alone a 4 minute song, without getting bored? So they have to keep shrinking it and shrinking it. Well, the truth might have to do something with streaming culture and also radio culture. Typically, for radio stations to include your music on the playlist, and I would know this, I've been a program director at 2 other radio stations over the course of my career, and now here at my own radio station. So I understand that radio stations do tend to favor songs that are shorter, because the shorter a song is, the more of it you can insert in the playlist. So you can end up playing more songs per hour if the song is shorter. And also, if the song is shorter and, you know, kept nice and short and sweet, it also helps to, I guess, from a listener's perspective, it's easier to digest, and it increases your appetite for the next song. Or perhaps you'll be even more eager to hear that same song not so long in the future. But if the song is like 6 minutes, it might be a while before you might want to hear it again. That's if you don't get bored of it and switch stations. So they like to keep it short and sweet at these FM radio stations. But now there is also streaming, where for streaming, really, I think they mostly just count number of streams, right? I don't know if they care to know for how long you've listened to a stream of a song, like once you start playing it. But I think there's a minimum threshold in which it should be streamed for it to be counted. And then as those streams are accumulated, then that contributes to, I guess, the chart, the streaming chart, whether it be on Apple, whether it be on Spotify or whatever. And they make their money. So maybe many artists nowadays consider it to be in their best interest to keep their music much, much shorter, their songs much, much shorter. But please don't be mistaken, this applies only to music. Everything else is supposed to be long and sweet and passionate. For example, lovemaking. Don't you dare make it just 1 minute. I think your significant other would be mighty upset with you if you tried that. For lovemaking, they tend to like it when you prolong it. And yet at the same time, is that even true? Because I've heard stories of girls saying, "Oh, I just couldn't wait for him to finish. My goodness, it's like it was never going to end." And then they might even feel sore afterwards because it's gone on for so long. I guess different strokes for different folks, and each woman will have her own standard for what qualifies as sufficient time for lovemaking. That used to bother me a lot. And I, like many men, suffered from, performance anxiety. Okay, at the very least, getting it up was not the issue, if I'm allowed to say that. But rather just, hey, am I doing okay? Is she happy? Is she enjoying this? Is she going to come away from this and go tell all her friends what kind of a stud I am? Well, then I better give it, my best performance. That kind of performance anxiety. I wish women understood that having sex these days is a lot of work for men, and it causes us much psychological distress. First of all, getting you to have sex with us, like that will take enough work and enough stress. And then once we have you in bed, it's like, okay, now there's performance anxiety. Am I going to do a good job? And with different girls, you just can never know. However, with age and maturity, I have come to a new realization, a new understanding, if you will. Nowadays, I'm like, I just think about me. I worry about me. I'm like, my orgasm is my problem. Your orgasm is your problem. So, is it taking too long, or has it lasted too short? I am not going to lose sleep over that. As long as I am happy, I will assume you have taken care of your business. And in case you haven't, well, surely how can that be my problem?